সবাই করে ভয়, তবে পরাণ খুলে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে। যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम सीताराम, भर तारे तू सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भर तारे तू सीताराम। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। 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 यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम् धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
Thank you, Prashant, for the video. With the blessings of our founder, chairman, Advocate Sri P.A. Menon, Center for Gandhian Studies and Action, V.K. Krishna Menon College of Commerce, is welcoming you all once again to today's national webinar on health during this Ahimsa week, which we celebrate. I now welcome our respected principal, Srimati Saroj Fadnis Madam, to talk about the institution. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you, Sunita. Honorable Chairman of Bhandup Educational Society, Srimati Sharda Menon Madam, respected eminent speakers of the day, Major Dr. Meeta Singh, Dr. Sarita Patil, Vice Principal Dr. Sebastian, organizing committee members, and fellow participants. A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of V.K. Krishna Menon College of Commerce and Economics and Sharat Shankar Dighe College of Science, I welcome you all for today's national webinar on health, which is organized as a part of Ahimsa Week celebrations by our Center of Gandhian Studies and Action. Today's topic of webinar is very much relevant. As you all know, everyone realized the importance of health, especially during this pandemic. I take this opportunity to showcase our college on this auspicious occasion. Our institution is permanently affiliated to University of Mumbai and accredited by NAC. We have 7 programs, 5 undergraduate and 2 postgraduate. In addition to these 7 programs, we conduct various short-term courses like Tally ERP, Advanced Excel, NPTEL, Bridge course, Yoga course, Spoken English for Employability, and many more in collaboration with various organizations. Students take up internship program at various organizations. Study tours and field visits are organized for the students for getting the practical experiences. Our personal counselor takes care of the students' emotional well-being. During the centenary of Satyagraha year, our management, under the leadership of our beloved founder, Chairman, Advocate Sri P.A. Menon Sir, a staunch Gandhian to the core, lived his entire life for the welfare of others and fatherly figure for all of us, has introduced 20 points of code of conduct from the life of Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, and Bhagavad Gita. We, the members of Menon family, under the leadership of our dynamic chairman, Srimati Sharda Madam, try to follow footsteps of our founder. Under the Center of Gandhian Studies and Action, as one of the best practice, we organize various programs to percolate the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi in the society through community-based activities with the help of students. The second best practice, igniting young minds. Our teachers, with the help of senior students, conduct various programs like experiments, quizzes, and other participative activities for school and junior college students in the neighborhood area. Transparency, quality, and discipline are the hallmarks of our college. Our HSC results are around 99%, whereas our undergraduate and postgraduate results are around 90%. We have a history of 100% result for SSC from 1988 till today, which speaks about the quality of education imparted to the students. From KG to PG, as a matter of principle, no donation is accepted from the students. The remarkable feature of our college is Students Consumer Cooperative Society, which is run by the students for the students, and it is functioning since 1993, which is really a practical laboratory for commerce students and sets a good example of learning by doing. We have fully automated library with e-zone section for students with a very good collection of books and journals. Our past student association and Mennonite 99 group of students organize a program Indian Army Our Pride and Raksha Bandhan with army officers every year and also provides placement facilities for our students. We give preference to girls' education as we believe that an educated woman educates the entire family. Laksh, an intercollegiate fest, has become a regular feature of our college. Under the guidance of multifaceted Chairman Sharda Madam, we all are marching towards perfection by organizing various activities. With this short introduction of our institution, I once again welcome you all for this wonderful program of today. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Madam, for detailing our achievements and accomplishment in a very simple but astounding way. Thank you, Madam. With the permission of our chairman, beloved chairman, Sri P. Sharada Menon Madam, we begin the program, National Webinar on Health. And I would like to call upon Dr. Deepa Nyayadhish for introducing our first speaker. Over to you, Deepa.
Thank you, Dr. Sunita. I am pleased and honored to introduce our very prolific and generous guest of honor, Major Dr. Meeta Singh Madam, who is a medical practitioner and also the chairperson of Dignity of Girl Child Foundation. She has been working tirelessly since the last 2 decades for the upliftment of women and children in Rajasthan and the neighboring states of Madhya Pradesh and Haryana. She has done exceptional work in the area of women's health, prevention of prenatal sex selection, and improvement in declining girls' child sex ratio. She has also been an energetic champion for efforts to eliminate social crimes like child marriage, domestic violence, and sexual harassment at the workplace. She works to bring about a change in mindset through TM community mobilization. Her efforts have led to an improvement in the girl-child sex ratio of 3 worst hit districts of Rajasthan, namely Shri Ganganagar, Hanumangraha, and Jaisalmer. She has represented the country on several international platforms and has been honored by several organizations, including the Government of India. I wish her success in her efforts to bring about lasting positive social changes that would go a long way in helping women and girls live a life of dignity. Dr. Singh has contributed to various policy initiatives, including the revised Rajasthan State Policy for Women, Girl Child Policy for Rajasthan, and the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao policy directives for Government of Haryana. Without any further delay, now I request Madam to throw some light on today's topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Now you are audible, ma'am.
Okay, and am I visible to you also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, madam.
Okay. There is some disturbance, but at the very outset, I would like to pay my compliments to Bhandup Educational Society. There's some echo.
Ma'am, have you logged in with 2 devices?
I think I will just, yeah, actually I have gone on to my, I'm going to shut this off. Am I audible now? Is it
Yes,
better?
ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish to place on record my deep appreciation for the Bhandup Educational Society. It was such a beautiful way of introducing the institution, and I place my appreciation on record for the Gandhian principles that are so deeply instilled. We need more such institutions in the country. And I am also, because I have served in the Indian Army and I'm a former major of the Indian Army, I am especially grateful to the college for honoring the Indian Army every year. This is a wonderful gesture from you, and I offer my soldier's salute to you, your faculty, your staff, and your students. I am truly touched. Today, we are going to talk about yoga and health. I wish to tell you that I have graduated my MBBS from Armed Forces Medical College. You may have heard of AFMC Pune. And then I did my MD from Bize Medical College, University of Pune. And so I am at heart, even though I live in Jaipur, but at heart I'm a Puneri, and Maharashtra is very, very close to my heart. It is like my Pihar. It is like where I have played in the lap of Maharashtra to grow up into what I am. I'm very grateful for that. So today's topic is yoga and health. And yoga and health are interrelated in a way that many of us do not appreciate. Health is actually, it doesn't hang in a limbo. Health is not independent. It has many social and cultural determinants. So it is linked to our nutrition, our socioeconomic status, socioeconomic strata. It is related to our education, our level of awareness, and the exposure that we have got. I especially want to emphasize that students of this college, of this institutional society, the Bhandup Educational Society, are extremely fortunate and lucky, because as I was going through and looking at the presentation, this is a very holistic approach and eminently suited to the yogic way of life. Now, we go into a little bit of history about yoga, and 500 years before Christ, yoga was in existence. So it's a very ancient science. It's an ancient science, and even in the digging of Mohenjo-daro, they found a human figure in the yoga pose. So it goes back to many, many centuries. It was developed by our sages and rishis, and over the years, and now, as you notice, there has been an upsurge in the interest of yoga. Yoga was being bandied about in the West. There are many institutions. It was being for the last 2 decades especially. But now, since the last 1 decade or so, even in our country, there has been an upsurge in the interest of yoga, and which I think is a very, very positive thing, because in my lecture, I will talk about the various positive effects of yoga on our health. Now, yoga, we say yoga, but it's actually yoga. Yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yuj. Yuj means oneness, to join. So it is actually the joining of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Now, if we were to look at the definition of health. Health is not absence of disease. If I don't have any illness, doesn't mean I'm healthy. Health is the sense of well-being. What sense of well-being? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social. So you see, health is such a rounded thing. It is not something that I say, okay, I don't have any disease, so I'm healthy. No. So that is where yoga comes in. Yoga is important for one's physical, mental, emotional, social, as well as spiritual well-being. It covers everything. You know, the science of medicine covers the mind and the body, mainly the body and the mind. But yoga covers all these aspects. And that is what makes yoga unique. I am 63 years old and I would like to talk about myself. I've been practicing yoga now for about 20 years. Every morning, the day I pick up the newspaper or the telephone or the mobile, then my concentration on yoga is not so good. So now I have learned that the first thing after the ablutions is to sit in the pose of meditation, to go through the basic asanas, to go through pranayama, and then to concentrate on the breath, and then on meditation. It takes me about 35 to 40 minutes, but it charges me with energy to face the day, however bad. One thing is for sure, there will be irritants every day. There will be problems every day. Those cannot be wished away. Nobody's life is perfect. We think, oh, Dr. Ruchi, Sharda Menon Madam, Madam Fadnis, Dr. Meeta Singh, oh, they have such a good life. Everything is perfect for them. But that is not true. Our journeys are different. All our students, I especially want you to understand this, that everyone's life has ups and downs. And there are usually more downs. Everybody, it may seem, oh, she's got beautiful cars, she's got a lovely house, she's got such lovely children. We keep thinking about this, but the reality is that everybody carries the cross. Sometimes it is lighter, sometimes it is heavy. And yoga is the one way of helping us lighten our burden, of helping us address the problems that face us in our day-to-day lives, big and small problems. And therefore, I would like you to pay a little attention on what I'm going to talk about, especially in relation to health. Now, yoga, sometimes we think, oh, yoga, अरे बाबा बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है, इसमें इतना तोड़ मोड़ कर देते हैं, रबड़ का बॉडी चाहिए. No, there are very simple asanas and you can start even on your own, very, very simply. Of course, when you look at all those complex postures, they are attained only with the help of a guru. So once you get interested, you will also find a guru. You will also find someone, a yoga teacher, who will teach you the right way. And once you know the right way, just give yourselves half an hour, 40 minutes, and you will realize how your life changes for the better. You know, in 24 hours, if we cannot find 30 to 40 minutes for ourselves, then there is a problem with us. So many excuses we will find. अरे पढ़ाई करनी है, ओहो क्लास के लिए लेट हो जाएंगे, अरे लोकल छूट जाएगी. Just start your day half an hour before. You know, in the army, I have served in the army for 10 years, and there is discipline is the first most important thing, and punctuality is absolutely essential. Delay is not tolerated. When I was being trained as a soldier, as a young soldier, I was, I think, 21 or 22 years old. And if we were late even by 30 seconds, our ustad, the teacher, our physical training teacher who was there, who was training us to be soldiers, he would make us run with the rifle the whole round. So that is what instills in you a sense of discipline and punctuality. And this punctuality is for yourself. You are responsible for it. So try and find this half an hour just to sit quietly by yourself and do this little bit, you will be doing a favor to yourself, to your family, to your studies, to your whole career. And mark my words, if you can do this, you will see the change. Of course, it is important to be regular. It is important to not miss even a single day. Sunday also, no chutti. Every day it must be done. It is just as we brush our teeth, we wash our face, same way this has to be done. So now, why do we have to do it? After all, why? Where is the need for it? So I just want you to know that yoga is the extraordinary spiritual science of self-development and self-realization. It was discovered many, many centuries ago, as I told you. And the interesting thing is that when we start looking at the benefits of yoga, the first one is all-round fitness. All-round fitness because it causes an upsurge in energy. If you notice, right now, after this lecture, if you just give yourselves 3 minutes of closing your eyes and breathing deeply, just concentrating on the breath. What is breath? Breath is taking in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. This is pran vayu. प्राण वायु है ये ऑक्सीजन जो हमारे शरीर के अंदर नासिका से अंदर जाती है, lungs में जाती है. It goes into tiny little balloons from where the lungs are full of these tiny little balloons. From there, this oxygen goes into the heart, into the left side of the heart. From the left side of the heart, this oxygenated blood, ये oxygen युक्त रक्त पूरी कोशिकाओं में जाता है, ब्रेन में जाता है, नीचे जाता है, चलता रहता है, अनवरत चलता रहता है. Constantly it is moving. It's a pump that has to move, because if that pump stops, then life stops. And then this impure blood, the blood gives oxygen, takes up the carbon dioxide from all the cells, brings it to the heart, and then the heart brings it to our lungs, and the lungs again purify it with the pran vayu. और ये प्राण वायु युक्त, ऑक्सीजन युक्त खून, रक्त, ये फिर वापस हार्ट में जाता है. और इस तरह से ये अनवरत, constantly, as we breathe till the day we die, till the moment our life escapes our body, this continues. So just imagine how important and vital it is. And therefore, it is important that yoga gets us all-round fitness, because it feeds each cell with oxygen. And what exactly is yoga? Yoga is made up of 3 things: mind, body, and breath. It is not just complex poses. It is not just breathing. It is not just mental focus. It is all of these. एक समरसता है, समरसता यानी कि एक तारतम्य है. It is all interconnected. And because it is interconnected, this all-round fitness is key to our well-being. It is key to our performance. As students, you have to perform. For your performance to improve, if you do this, you will see the change. I will quote studies and share it with you. So regular practice of pranayama, simple yogasana and meditation provides several advantages and benefits to the yogi. It increases the mental strength. It makes you stronger mentally. You don't get perturbed by small problems, and big problems you can handle. It increases physical strength, and it also protects us from infections. Because what happens is that when we perform yoga, very good hormones called endorphins are produced in the body, and they have a calming effect. When the body is calm, then the energy of the body builds up a little more of your immunity. So if you remember, when we were having this pandemic of COVID, proning की बात होती थी ना, वो बोलते थे कि पेट के बल लेटो. I hope you remember that. What is proning? Proning is also a kind of asana. You lie flat on your stomach. You put your head up and you breathe deeply. And that is what saved many lives. Because proning used to increase the oxygen concentration in the blood. The the PCO2 would go up, would come down, and the oxygen concentration would go up. And then it gave more time to patients to reach the hospital where they could be treated aggressively. So how yoga directly and indirectly has been affecting our lives. The second thing is weight loss. One of the side effects of weight loss is everybody wants a zero figure like Karishma Kapoor. But I think somebody's mic is on. Abhi, can you switch your mic off? Yes. So regular practice makes us lose weight. Regular practice also makes us more mindful of what we are eating. Food intake gets reduced. You will notice that it will be, if you continue to do yoga, you will notice that your entire body, your body posture improves. And right now, even as I sit, I am aware of the fact that my abdomen muscles are in contraction, and they are helping me hold my body up straight. So it just makes us more aware of our own selves, and that helps us in weight loss because we eat better, we are aware of what we are eating, and these things make a difference. Another very important thing is stress relief. These days today, stress is surrounding us in all ways. We pick up the newspaper, read the news, it stresses us. We look at the television, it stresses us. We go into the bus, into the public transport, somebody will do something that will stress us. Then we reach the class, अरे notes की book भूला है, ओहो अच्छा ये तो आज सबमिशन था, मैंने सोचा था 2 दिन बाद है, अरे अब क्या होगा. All these stressful situations, you learn to handle them. That is the most important thing. So it also brings about relief of stress. Now, when stress is relieved, then automatically what happens? You find inner peace. Our mind is chattering all the time. कोई thought इधर से आ रहा है, कोई thought उधर से आ रहा है, कोई परेशानी आ रही है, कोई खुशी भी आ रही है, बीच में कुछ और आ रहा है. The mind is just one big cauldron which is bubbling all the time. And what happens? We go on holidays, we like to go to some beach, or we like to go to the hill station. Why do we want to go there? Because it is peaceful, because it has natural beauty, because it is serene, quiet and peaceful. But that quiet, peaceful hill station is right there in our own minds. Once we start practicing yoga, you will notice that you are happy. Your general countenance is of happiness. अकारण आनंद, कोई वजह नहीं होती है, बस अपने आप एक आनंद की भावना रहती है शरीर में, मस्तिष्क में और हमारी आत्मा में. इसके लिए मैं समझती हूँ कि योगा इज प्राइसलेस, अनमोल है योगा. और अगर आप योग की क्रिया कर लेते हैं रोज, जिसमें कि आसन भी है, प्राणायाम भी है और ध्यान भी है, which is poses, breathing and meditation. इन तीनों का सम्मिश्रण है. अगर आप ये कर सकते हैं तो आप अपने आप पर बहुत एहसान कर रहे हैं. You are doing a great favor to yourself because you will find calm and beauty within, and a disturbed mind can be calmed with yoga. So this is my advice to you, that there are many videos which will tell you simple yoga. So now we are all in the world of internet. If you can't manage because of time or because of other things, if you cannot manage, if you cannot manage to find a yoga teacher, you can't afford the time or the resources, doesn't matter. There is the internet to help you. I have already told that yoga improves immunity. It releases these endorphins which bring about more energy. Practice of yoga offers greater awareness. Very often we do things in motion. It's just that motion we are going through without thinking. So what happens? We are coming to class, we are sitting there, we are listening, we are hearing, but not listening. We are not internalizing what is being said. When you perform yoga, when you do yoga, ईमानदारी से लेकिन, honestly. And that is one of the core principles of your college. So remember that. When you do it honestly, with sincerity, you will realize that you will be more aware. And when you are more aware, then you are listening. You are hearing, but you are also listening. When you are listening, you are internalizing what the professors are talking. When you are internalizing what the professors are talking, then when you are appearing for your exams, somewhere, it will come. That little professor will come, which is within you, which has imbibed this, and it will help you address your question paper. It will help you perform better in your examinations. So yoga is a great aid. It's a tool to help you deal with the awareness. And then yoga also improves relationships. Now relationships, how do the relationships कैसे improve करता है भाई? ये क्या मतलब हुआ? Mind is relaxed, it is happy. So what happens is that even when people say irritating things to you or hurtful things to you, you don't react. कहते हैं ना कि अगर तुम्हें गुस्सा आ रहा है तो 10 तक गिनती गिनो. Count till 10 before you open your mouth. But it is very easy to say. When somebody says something hurtful, when somebody tries to challenge you, you want to react immediately. Yoga quietens the mind. The mind is relaxed and happy. So you are less affected by what people say. First of all, you stop bothering. Because, in every situation, there will be naysayers. There will be people who will discourage you. There will be people who will criticize you unnecessarily. There will be people who will be jealous of you also. But when you are practicing yoga, you rise above it. The wonderful thing is that you are not so affected by it. You don't keep thinking, अरे उसने ऐसे बोला था, कल मैं उसको बताती हूँ, अच्छा ऐसे बोला था, मुझसे ऐसे, उसकी हिम्मत कैसे हुई बात करने की? Then these useless arguments, they leave your mind and you concentrate on the positivity. So you don't react, you learn to respond in a very mature adult fashion. And now everybody here in the college is more than 18 years of age, so you are all adults. Now it is your responsibility to keep your mind, your thoughts in check, and in a way that is positive, in a way that helps you and it helps the society around you. Again, that was one of the core values of the institution, where it's not about you, it's about us, it's about our environment, it's about our institution. Then yoga increases energy. It boosts energy levels. And it charges, it's like charging your battery. मोबाइल की बैटरी खत्म हो जाती है, कितने परेशान होते हैं. We are looking quickly. अरे कहीं चार्जर जल्दी से लगाओ, बैटरी खत्म हो रही है. Same thing. Yoga is like our battery charger. So if we are so bothered about that little instrument, should we not bother about our own mind and body? Just think a little. So to charge the battery of your mind, to charge the battery of your body, you need to spend a little time on yourself with yoga. Then another thing is it gives you better flexibility. The body becomes flexible. It gives you good posture. It gives you strength. And it makes your body supple. It tones up the muscles. Automatically, when the muscles are toned up, then there's एक smartness आ जाती है. Cool dude लगना है तो yoga करो. Then the deeper you go into yoga, you will understand there are many other benefits. Everybody has a different, journey. When you are starting yoga, it gives the benefits that I have told you. But there are also many other benefits. Diabetics have benefited from it. Blood pressure patients, hypertension, they have benefited from it. And now I'm going to quote to you some studies that have been done. People with backache improve, people with arthritis, जिनके joints बिल्कुल jam हो जाते हैं, उनसे हिलते नहीं हैं और वो धीरे धीरे खुल जाते हैं. योगा में क्या होता है कि joints धीरे धीरे खुलते हैं. All those complex poses you see, they don't start from day one. They start from years and years and years of practice and dedication. Also, another thing, a lot of people who have sleep problems, insomnia, we call it in medical language, they have reported better sleep if they practice yoga. So there is less negativity, more positivity, you can manage stress better. And the Harvard Medical School conducted a study. And this study was on almost 3,500 people. So it's not just an ordinary study. They found that there was a 50% reduction in stress. The Rutgers University also conducted another study and they found increase in energy levels. Now, these are scientific studies. So this is not just off the cuff. This has got, these are peer-reviewed, evidence-based studies. So we have to give cognizance to them. अब इसमें क्या होता है कि अगर मैं हिंदी में बताऊं आपको, तो सांस लेने का सही तरीका सिखाता है योग, दिमाग से दोस्ती कराता है, तनाव से छुटकारा देता है, शरीर को लचीला बनाता है, मांसपेशियों को मजबूत करता है और शरीर की बात सुनने की क्षमता बढ़ाता है. The body speaks to us. It tells us. Sometimes you realize that if you're stretching too much, then the body says, okay, now relax, don't do it. This awareness comes with yoga. You start listening to your body better. Then once you are listening to your body, you are careful about your steps. What happens sometimes? We are walking, not bothered, going, गड्ढे में पैर चला गया, twist हो गया. With yoga, there is mindfulness. So these kind of accidents are avoided. You see how it just goes into various modes of the mind where it protects you in so many ways. And this is the most wonderful thing about it. There are some more studies that have been done by Johns Hopkins also, in which what they found was that the positive effects are that there is an increase in the physical strength, which we have already mentioned. Then there is a positive mental health and there is a cognitive improvement. What is cognitive improvement? And I'm saying it especially because there are so many students here. Increased attention, increased concentration, increased learning uptake, and better memory. So this is like a capsule. We have vitamin capsule every day. Please have the yoga capsule also every day. And these were reported. The only thing is that all these were reported by the subjects of the study, the universe. The universe of the study is the target group on which this experiment was conducted. And this was reported by them. There are a few negative effects, which also we must understand, and we must always be aware that, everything that we are doing also has the potential of negative effects. And those are that if we overdo it, there may be pain and soreness in the body. There can be muscle injuries. That is why it is important. Do not try complex asanas without a qualified yoga teacher. And the third is fatigue. But if we look at the study, then 95% people reported positive effects. Physical fitness, mental state, cognitive functions, all improved. It was only 1.9% of the people who reported negative effects. So you see for yourself how yoga and health are so interrelated. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके योगा और हेल्थ के बारे में, और एक मेडिकल डॉक्टर की हैसियत से मैं आपसे बात कर रही हूँ. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये होलिस्टिक साइंस है, जिसमें कि मेडिसिन का भी अपना रोल है, योगा का भी अपना रोल है, साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट का भी अपना रोल है, और इन सबको मिला के क्या होता है कि हम एक हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल बनते हैं, हेल्दी इन माइंड, हेल्दी इन बॉडी, हेल्दी इन आवर स्पिरिचुअलिटी. So that is what I had to say.
Yes.
I think we are got disconnected with Dr. Neeta Singh.
Okay.
It was a very nice advice about yoga.
Yes, yes.
Madam, yeah.
Yes,
I look
yes.
forward to questions from the audience.
Oh, yeah. Now the session is open for the question and answer. Yes, anybody want to ask something?
I will be very happy to address.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is it's really nice to hear your views and your speech. Actually, what you said is really true. That in now today's life, we are not maintaining discipline, and actually, it is affecting the health. Not, and it is. I think it is more impacted on women because now everyone is at home, so they are not getting their me time for themselves, catering the family. I would
True.
like to ask related to uh, like it is from you, since you are a medical, I mean doctor. So I just want to ask, is there any are there any yoga asanas which can be done without any, you have told, but specifically like without any supervision of of a yoga teacher, and is useful for women under like related to some gynecologists things,
Yes.
because
Yes.
students are
Absolutely.
suggest some.
Look, there are some very simple asanas which can be done, which are the first most important thing is breathing. All that you have to do is sit on a chair with your hands on the thighs like this, prone, and close your eyes and breathe deeply. 10 to 15 breaths, but you should feel प्राण वायु अंदर जा रही है, दूषित वायु बाहर आ रही है. These 15 to 20 breaths, if you take, you will feel that there is a calming. If you have more time, then there are certain very simple asanas like the tree pose. You know, just stand with your arms like this for as long as you can. Count till first you count till 5, then you count till 10, then you count till 15, and you will realize that slowly your energy levels are increasing and your breath is becoming normal. Another asana, which is a very powerful asana and which people laugh about, Shavasana. Shavasana actually is a very powerful asana because in that you lie down with your arms and legs slightly wide and you close your eyes and then you try and visit your body. It's like you leave your body, your mind, then it goes into the, and then you start touching the top of your head. You are lying down, but you start concentrating on your head, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your teeth, your cheeks, your neck, your chest, the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the hands. Then you come to the chest, the abdomen, then the genital area, then the thighs, the knees, the legs, lower legs, then the ankle, and then quietly you just move your feet like this. Then you come up again, same way. Feet, knee, ankle, then your leg, then knees, then thighs, and come up all the way up to the top of the head. Just this simple process, and you will see how relaxed you feel. So especially if you've had a hard day, no me time, बच्चे भी तंग कर रहे हैं, अपना काम भी करना है, ऑनलाइन लेक्चर भी लेना है, कुछ काम और करना है, you will see how your energy levels will go up. And you can try it with the pulse oximeter. you can see that you will feel an improvement. So just try these things. And they also, yoga helps in regulating menstrual cycle. It helps in reducing dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea is pain during the periods. So it helps in all these things if you practice. I have been practicing yoga for a long, long time. For my period pain, I have never had to miss work even for a day. And I attribute it to my yoga practice, even though I'm a doctor. But yes, I can tell you that this really helps. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for highlighting the interconnection of yoga and health and its positive effects on our body. Madam, very beautifully you explained that practicing yoga regularly, how it helps to reduce our day-to-day life tensions, and it also benefits improving our mental health and physical strength also. Thank you, madam, once again. Now I call Dr. Sunita to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you very much. I have another meeting, so though I would have loved to stay, but I will now leave. And my blessings to all of you for good health and a very, very successful and prosperous life. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Looking forward to meet you again.
Yes, certainly.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam, and thank you, Deepa. Now we are moving for our next speaker, Dr. Sarita Patil. Yes, Dr. Sarita Patil is a non-figure for us, we Mennonites. Madam is a qualified naturopath, a craniosacral therapist who conducts Art of Living Happiness program for children and adults. Her social work is a long list. Madam conducts seminars, lectures, and workshops on topics of naturopathy, healthy living, positive attitude in various educational institutions. So many of the colleges in Mumbai have already benefited from Madam's programs. And to mention specifically, Madam does this program for Ordnance Factory, Ambernath also. Madam has taken efforts in the form of awareness programs for saving natural ecosystem through bioenzymes and a zero garbage program policy. Madam had been spreading awareness about Sirsthania, the millets, jawar, ragi, bajra, foxtail millets, etc., which are our forgotten golden treasures. And Madam also is into spreading awareness about water conservation and reversing global warming. It's our pleasure and my privilege to welcome you on behalf of Center for Gandhian Studies and Action.
Thank you.
Welcome, madam.
Thank you for beautiful.
Ma'am, you are not audible. Please. Okay. Yes, sorry. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, nahi aa raha. Still, we can't hear you.
Mic is on mute.
Now?
Yeah. Now you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, doctor, for my beautiful introduction. I thank Principal Mrs. Saroj Fadnish ma'am, Chairman Sharda ma'am, for giving me opportunity to say few words. I bow down to late founder chairman, Advocate Shri P.A. Menon sir. I met him once and was very much impressed by his aura. Tomorrow is death anniversary of our beloved and respected Mahatma Gandhi ji. वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे. We used to sing this Gandhiji's favorite bhajan daily in prayers in our school days when we were at Swavalambi Vidyalay, Wardha. We know Mahatma Gandhiji to be a very strong political leader, messenger of peace, and father of our nation. But as we get closer to him through his writings, we realize that there is so much more to Gandhiji. One revelation is that Gandhiji had some of the technical and specific traits typical to that of a seeker pursuing yoga. What is yoga? All human desire happiness. The ancient ages, through inquiry about life, were able to reach a state of consciousness in which the secrets of health, healthier, happier, and more meaningful living were revealed to them. Sages called that secret and sacred knowledge as yoga. Yoga is not merely a form of physical exercise, but a path towards total harmony of body, mind, and spirit. This word comes from Sanskrit word yuja, means union of body, mind, and spirit. It is very ancient, 5,000 years old wisdom for healthier, happier, and more peaceful way of living that ultimately leads to self-realization, the union with ourself. Yoga is the journey as well as the goal. There are many paths of yoga described in the scriptures. Just as all rivers lead to ocean, all paths of yoga lead to self-realization. We'll see some major paths of yoga quickly. Okay. First one is Bhakti Yoga. It is path of devotion. When river meets the ocean, it recognizes that it is the ocean from the beginning to the end. In the same way, the moment a devotee surrenders to divine, the devotee becomes divine. The second is Karma Yoga, the path of selfless service. Karma Yoga is the path of serving others selflessly, putting in 100% efforts, but not expecting anything in return. It's closely linked to Bhakti Yoga because without love and devotion, it would not be possible to serve others selflessly. And our dear Gandhiji was perfect Karma Yogi. Third one is Jnana Yoga or Raja Yoga, the path of knowledge. We have heard and read that God is omnipresent, that everyone is divine, that the reality of life lies hidden behind what Yes, I am audible. Am I audible? Yeah. One call was
Yes,
coming.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We have heard and read that God is omnipresent and that everyone is divine and that the reality of life lies hidden behind what one can see or touch. The path of knowledge is the experiential knowledge of self. Though one begins on this path by reading scriptures and listening to the wise, the knowledge flows from within by the grace bestowed by Guru. The knowledge gained by reading and hearing only may give rise to the I know it attitude, which feeds the ego and can be an obstacle in one's spiritual evolution. The wisdom or experiential knowledge of the self, on the other hand, brings surrender and devotion in one's life. This is the true and highest knowledge. It is the wisdom that discriminates between that which is real and which is unreal. The fourth one is Ashtanga Yoga, the path of mental discipline. The mind is constantly engaged in all kinds of mental activities. As Dr. Meeta said, mostly without awareness. The more activity there is without awareness, the more clouded the mind becomes. With the increased awareness, the mind becomes calmer, and the calmer mind perceives more clearly and remains free from fears and worries. Patanjali, an ancient sage, define yoga as the restraining of thought waves. Yoga chitta vritti Nirodhaha. He compiled Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the aphorisms of yoga, in which an 8-limb approach, Ashtanga Yoga, for the well-being and purification of body, mind, and soul. We will go through the 8 limbs quickly. The first one is Yama. Yama consists of 5 social ethics. First is Ahimsa, non-violence in action and speech and thoughts. Second is Satya, truthfulness in intention, remaining established in higher truth. Third one is Asteya, that is non-stealing. Fourth is Brahmacharya. It has 2 meanings: abiding in the knowledge of divine consciousness, and second is celibacy, that is moderation in all pleasures. Fifth one is aparigraha, non-accumulating things unnecessarily and not desiring things that belong to others. Second limb of Ashtanga Yoga is Niyama, the 5 personal ethics. First one is Shaucha, that is cleanliness of body and mind. Second is Santosha, contentment, remaining happy. Third is Tapa, austerity and self-discipline. Fourth is Swadhyaya, that is study of self, abiding in the self. Fifth one is Ishwar Pranidhana, surrendering to the God, honoring to the divine. Third limb is postures, asanas. Fourth is Pranayama, proper regulation of the life force, prana, through certain breathing techniques. Fifth is Pratyahara, taking the senses inwards. Then sixth is Dharana, one-pointed focus. Seventh is Dhyan, that is meditation. Actually, it is deconcentration. Our consciousness expands. Eighth is Samadhi. It is merging with yourself, a super conscious state of, it is beyond the words. The fifth path of yoga is Hatha Yoga. It is a very popular path of yoga. It consists of some of the elements of Ashtanga Yoga, primarily asanas, postures, pranayama, and meditation. I think Dr. Meeta has given, told you so many benefits of yoga, but I will just recap it. Just as the knowledge of yoga is so vast and deep, so are their benefits also. The practice of yoga benefits our body, mind, and spirit as well. While some of these benefits can be expressed in words, others are beyond description and can only be experienced. We'll see what are the effects of, on the physical level. Some of the reported benefits of yoga are improved flexibility of muscles and range of motion of joints. It is improved strength and condition of muscles and bones, improved posture and body alignment, improved digestion, improved circulation, improved metabolism, improved immunity. It is very important in these days. Enhanced function of neurological and endocrine organs. Prevention and relief from chronic illnesses, lifestyle disorders like chronic pain syndrome, stress, anxiety, panic disorders, depression, high BP, heart problems, insomnia, as Dr. Meeta said, chronic fatigue syndrome, joint disorders, diabetes, respiratory disorders. Overall, the body feels healthier, lighter, energetic, with increased stamina and less prone to diseases and effects of repeated stresses of everyday life. Yoga is total lifestyle. We should combine it with modern medical science. In ancient days, kings used to give payment to yoga experts and Ayurvedic experts for preventing diseases. In the province, if someone falls ill, means yoga or Ayurveda experts' purpose is not served at all. Now we'll see the effect of yoga on mind. Actually, root cause of most of the diseases is our stressful mind and irregular lifestyle. If the mind is well, all else feels well. Now we will see benefits of yoga as far as mind is concerned. It increases peace and stability of mind, increased alertness and clarity of mind, increased ability to deal effectively with short and long-term stresses. It increases concentration of mind, improves self-esteem, decreased reliance on drugs, greater energy and enthusiasm for life. Due to stress and illnesses, etc., harmony between mind and body is disturbed, and yoga restores it. Now, what is the effect of yoga on spirit? Actually, it is ignorance alone that keeps one from seeing the reality of life. Ignorance alone is the cause of all sufferings. Through the regular practice of yoga, one develops skills and experiential understanding to see the reality of life and appreciate its beauty. When you see the beauty in life, you are able to admire and adore the Creator, the Spirit, the God. You see the divine presence everywhere, including yourself. Yoga reveals your divine nature. You form a stronger and more loving connection with yourself, which brings fulfillment and a meaningful purpose of life. It is out of this fulfillment that you experience unconditional happiness and are able to share this joy with others. Now we will reveal how Gandhiji was yogi. Gandhiji lists and elaborates first two limbs of Ashtanga Yoga in his book Yervada Mandir, Ashram Observances. And they were penned during 1930 to 32. He mentions about his 11 vows, and these were Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Aswad, fearlessness, removal of untouchability, bread labor, tolerance, and humility. Now we can see that the first 6 of Gandhiji's vows consist of 5 yamas explicitly. As for niyamas, fearlessness and removal of untouchability can be parallel to internal purification, that is shaucha, mental and emotional hygiene. While bread labor, that is earning a responsible livelihood through service to the society using one's physical abilities of the body, can be parallel to external purification, that is bodily and environmental and social hygiene. Similarly, sacrifice and study of self may be parallel to humility, while worship of God may be parallel to tolerance, that is sahishnata. These striking parallels take us close to the less known yogic quality of Mahatma Gandhi, which one can say helped him become the Mahatma we know today. His importance to bodily hygiene is evident in his being a strong proponent of nature cure treatment with Pancha Mahabhuta, that is earth, water, fire, air and ether. Treatments are mud therapy, hydrotherapy, steam bath, sun bath, prayers, meditation and fasting. Langanam Paramaushadham. They not only prevent illnesses, but also promote our health. These natural treatments, naturopathy. Gandhiji lifelong practiced naturopathy and was regarded as brand ambassador of naturopathy. He established naturopathy ashram at Urali Kanchan in 1946. I was very fortunate to visit the ashram with my students. We stayed there for a few days to take all treatments. All were benefited to a great extent. The book Key to Health, authored by Gandhiji, has been very popular across the globe. It was in our syllabus for Sarvodaya Vichar Parikshaye. Myself with my elder sister Saroj Tai, our loving principals, Mrs. Saroj Fadnis, we both passed these exams based on Gandhiji's philosophies. Langanam Paramaushadam. Gandhiji observed fast in South Africa as well as during freedom and independence movement in India. Fasting is very effective natural treatment. Fasting on water, on juices and fruits eliminate toxins from our body. Actually, myself with my husband, Dr. Suresh, and my daughter, Dr. Shweta, were on raw diet. You can say fasting on fruits and juices and all things. For 2 years, all health issues of both of them vanished. And my health issues resolved after adding Sudarshan Kriya Yoga to naturopathy and yoga treatments. Recently, with naturopathy diet and Sudarshan Kriya Yoga, myself, my husband, and my parents aged 80 years and 90 years got cured from COVID without any allopathy medicine. My parents got rid of all allopathy medicines with the naturopathy and yoga. They even their gray hair have started turning black. It is so miraculous. One experiences changes at physical and spiritual level with Langanam. Short fasts of 1 to 5 days or duration are very effective in acute as well as chronic diseases. Now let's celebrate this death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhiji by cherishing these revelations about father of our nation and by pledging to strive towards observing at least 2 attributes, that is Satya, Ahimsa, in our personal and social spheres. Gandhiji followed these attributes and it was demonstrated from his life so much that even his enemies accepted him and surrendered before him. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Dr. Sarita Patil. Gandhiji once observed, all laws are derived from the basic legal document called nature. Similarly, you have actually taken us to a tour to Wardha and Sabarmati Ashram.
I can't hear. Your voice is low or what?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, but voice is very low. Okay.
Yes,
I think I should leave and again come back. Because in between the one call was coming now, I think I will leave and again come back.
Okay. We will wait for you.
Yes, till Dr. Sarita Patil returns back, let's ponder over certain things that she has advised us about naturopathy, about fasting. Yeah, she's back.
So thank you, madam. You have actually made us feel that we have actually visited the Wardha and Sabarmati ashrams, and we were reminded of how nature is important and how Gandhian principles again and again reiterated the importance of going back to nature. Thank you, madam. Thank you once again. And I would like to call Professor Ashish Chakravathi for introducing the next speaker of the day. Welcome, Ashish sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sunita. It was a very nice experience so far. We have learned so many things about yoga for health and for the mind. But there is also a connection for yoga with our heart. And we have a very eminent resource person for talking on this aspect. Her talk is on Karuna in times of Corona. I'll give a brief introduction of our next speaker. She is none other than Dr. P. Sharda Menon, Chairman of Bhandup Educational Society. Words may inspire, but action creates change. We introduce her as the ex-student of PMNN English School, who has got 34 years of teaching experience and continues to be the principal of the school for the last 16 years. A patient and persistent woman who single-handedly handles the entire work of the management, college, and school with great ease, stays calm in difficult situations, and always places the institutional needs in the forefront in a typical Gandhian way. One must rightly learn multitasking work from her. Madam's smile is a solution to every problem. Her endless guidance and support in organizing workshops and seminars needs a special mention. She is the chairman of the Center of Gandhian Studies and Action and trustee of various charitable organizations. She is involved in many social activities and has received many awards and recognitions as well. I'll just mention a few of those. She was felicitated and honored by Mahatma Gandhi Peace Center, University of Mumbai in 2011 at the hands of the then Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajun Velikar. She is the recipient of Social Action Award for 2014-15 and continues till 2019-20 from the Indian Development Foundation. She was sponsored speaker from amongst 41 delegates to participate and debate in a program on understanding the Bhagavad Gita, a journey towards leadership excellence from the 13th to the 22nd December 2021, organized by IIM Ahmedabad. She believes in doing institutional work, keeping God as witness, and follows the values and principles of our founder, Menanji. Thank you, Madam, for accepting the invitation and joining, and we would like to hear from you.
Principal of the college, Fadnis Madam, eminent speakers, teaching, non-teaching staff of all the institutions under the Bhandup Educational Society, principals, well-wishers, students, and my young student friends. I would like to speak on the topic practicing Karuna in times of Corona because it is a real life experience. Karuna is a Sanskrit word. It means limitless compassion. The coronavirus is teaching us a very tough lesson that we all are interconnected. In Buddhist philosophy, the insight into the interdependence of all things, that nothing and no one exists independently, is considered the highest wisdom. Karuna and love are the two sides of a coin of wisdom. Compassion is wisdom in action. We have always had compassion. We respond to natural calamities, sending food and supplies whenever required. But this time it was entirely different. We all are facing the same threat, even if some of us were more at risk than others. Compassion is about having empathy and trying to reduce the sufferings of others. Practicing solidarity is currently the global response to Corona's challenge. There is real hope that humanity will come out on the other side of this crisis with an upgraded understanding of togetherness, which will improve its chances for long-term survival. Karuna will beat Corona because there is no antidote to love. It is limitless, indestructible, and it comes from our heart. It's an infinite resource. We can never run out of it. The more we give it, the more there will be. All faith leaders, scriptures, and people's leader like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. have talked of the importance of living with compassion and practicing non-violence. The 14th Dalai Lama says India's millennia-old tradition, Karuna and Ahimsa, really gives me self-confidence and inner strength. With the practice of Karuna, wherever he goes, he always feels that all are the same human beings. Destructive emotions like anger, hatred, violence come from a strong sense of ego, and by cultivating selflessness, these emotions can be overcome, and one can focus on becoming compassionate, kind, non-violent, and loving. Although Karuna is present in all faiths, it is the Buddhist tradition that has really spread the message, and so it has come to be associated with more Buddhist philosophy worldwide. Let us see some ways to build and practice empathy, even though we are doing it in practice and it's our experience. One feels less lonely and more connected when we empathize with others. Empathizing improves our ability to regulate an anxiety without feeling overwhelmed. Stay connected. Even though people are practicing social distancing, self-isolation in quarantine, let us care about them to help them fight feelings of isolation. Engaging in helpful actions like donating to a charity or staying socially connected, one can be emotionally close to the concerned. Be aware, many people have lost their jobs. Some continue working and some are struggling for basic necessities. Think of them and let's find out ways to help them, at least individually. Be kind. During the pandemic, everyone copes with anxiety, fear, etc. The health workers on the front line might be struggling trying to deal with their own personal problems. We all have our own anxiety, but that doesn't mean we should lose our kindness in the face of a crisis. Let us be considerate. While you cannot control how others behave, you can control your own actions and observe physical distance and practice social distancing. Help others. Some other ways that you can practice empathy are by supporting others who may be struggling, offer to help neighbors, put together care packages for healthcare workers, elderly neighbors, and the unemployed. Practicing empathy during COVID-19 pandemic not only opens our mind towards others, but also provides a social connect that can help combat feelings of isolation. Showing sympathy, kindness, consideration to others proves that Gandhism still exists. There is a Gandhi in each one of us. Let us put our hands together and instill these values in the younger generation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. It was a very short one. We would like to have some questions because Madam has she's a very good orator, and audience, I would like you to ask some questions on this occasion. Because as we know, we are celebrating the death anniversary of the Mahatma, and we are looking at the different aspects which the Mahatma stands for. And we are reminiscing him, his ideals, his philosophies, and so anything you would like to ask, especially the young students, I would definitely, we would like to hear your questions. Anyone would like to join? Before that, I would like to thank Madam P. Sharada Menon, Chairman of the Bhandup Educational Society, for lending her experience, her time she has spent on this occasion to draw some aspects of the heart that was very dear to the Mahatma. Meanwhile, there is a feedback link sent by Dr. Ruchi Tandon in the in-call messages, please participants do put in your open that Google form and put in your details there, and certificate will be issued to all participants. I would like some of you to ask a few queries to our esteemed resource person for the day now, P. Sharda Menon.
Students can also meet me personally in the college if there is any doubt or query. I'm open to answering them. They can meet me personally because I'm available in the college throughout.
Yes, madam. So thank you so much for your time. And now if there are no questions, there is also a vaccination program in the premises. So those of you who have come in or may join later, please take the facility of that also. And meanwhile, I would like to ask Dr. Kakli Lahiri to come in and take. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Kakli.
Yeah, thank you, Ashish sir. We have come to the end of today's program, National Webinar on Health. And now I have been given the responsibility to propose a vote of thanks. A big responsibility, I think, and I hope I do it well. United we stand, divided we fall. A simple thought which we have heard from primary school days and have a deep meaning and is intensely realized when we organize activity of this type. Every contribution made by many of us, no matter how small or big, made the event of the day a very successful one. So, first of all, we express our heartfelt thanks to our speaker, Major Dr. Meeta Singh, Dr. Sarita Patil, for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion. Thank you, madam. I extend my gratitude to our chairman, Dr. Sharda Menon, madam, who was also one of the speakers of today's program and is always a pillar of support for us. I would like to thank our principal for guiding us each and every day, not only for this program, but throughout. And also our principal and also our vice principal for his cooperation. I also thank Dr. Sunita, Dr. Deepa, Professor Ashish for carrying out this responsibility to the best of their ability. Heartfelt thanks to the coordinator of the entire Ahimsa Week program, Dr. Ruchi, and her team for the immense effort put into so that the program see the light of success. Our deep gratitude towards the technical support team, Dr. Sachin Sastri and Mr. Prashant Rajan. Our warm regards to all the participants for their overwhelming response and putting their effort in giving outstanding performances. Lastly, I thank all the staff and students who have come to the college today and those who have attended this program virtually for their patient hearing and thereby contributing to the success of the program. Thank you all once again. And I request all of you to stand for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Yeah, with the permission of Chairman P. Sharada Menon, now I declare the meeting is officially over. Thank you all. Participants, please fill the
Ruchi,
feedback
you
form.
have taken the photograph, isn't it? Ruchi madam, photograph. Yeah.
Or
All together.
Shall I ask everyone to on the camera? Can you all please switch on the camera so that we can take a group photo? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
This was better yesterday, got over 6 o'clock.
6, no, 7, madam.
Yes, photo is taken. Thank you.